Adobe Fresco was just updated with a wild new feature that I'm blown away by. And it's something that I wasn't even expecting and didn't even know that it was something that I would find so useful. And no, it's not AI. I know that's what you're thinking, but it's not. It was actually the first question I asked when I got a little behind the scenes peek at this. And I was like, how is this even working? And it's not AI. It's using some weird mesh that's created from the image, and it just works in a magical way. Let me just show you, because you're not going to believe it. It's so good. Okay, so this new feature is called Pose. And Pose allows you to just grab an area of an image and just like move it around like it's a real thing. Let me show you how it works. So if you go on the toolbar, you'll see this little arrow with like a squiggly line, and you can just come in here and just look at this. This is just a flat image of a character, and I can just kind of grab it wherever, and it will just move around. Like you could grab the whole thing and swing it around. Like what are we even doing here? This is insanity. Like, and you can go and get like fine detail. For example, here I can take this little curly thing and move that around. I can move this thing if I want to. You know, want to shift the head over. Look at it, how it, like I didn't do any puppeting. Like I can't express this enough. And I'm gonna show you with some other examples in a minute, but like this is no rigging whatsoever. This is just an image. You don't have to do it with like a final art too. Like in the sketching phase, like this was an initial sketch for this thing. We could even use it here where we come in and grab this tool and you can like make tweaks. And you see it works a little bit less good here because it's an outline and it's not filled, but you can still tweak things and it like it doesn't really mess up the line like Liquify does, but you can just like adjust your lines and just move them around. It's insane. So I wanted to know if this would work for like anything. So I took this Lion-O action figure over here and took a photo of it and then just removed the background in Photoshop. And I figured, let's see what happens with this photo of an action figure. All right, Thundercats Ho, let's see. Come on, look at that. It even like wiggles like it feels like it's like rubber or something. Like, look at this. Are you guys as blown away by this as I am? Like, this isn't rigging or anything. I feel like to do this kind of thing in the past, you would have to like fully rig a character, and even then it wouldn't work this well. Like, what are we doing here? It's not just like a gimmicky thing. There's been specific instances where I've used this. Well, aside from doing things like this, like adjusting poses for a character, I found it really helpful with lettering and also with animation. It's just really fun to play with too. Like obviously it can get crazy and get broken a little bit, but like it's ridiculous. Look at that. He's doing a sweet skate move now. It's so cool. Let me show you this other character. We got this roller skating rat here. I feel like this one works really cool because like the tail and like depending on where you pick it up, it sort of like anchors it to one spot. Like obviously that the tail is pinched in over there, but if we wanted to move the tail, we can just kind of pull it up here, move that around, and it's like I can move the whole arm, or it's like, okay, but I really want to just adjust the fingers, so I can kind of pull those fingers in. You can get as like fine-tuned as you want, like this whole leg, or the whole character. When this was getting built out, I mentioned I got a sneak preview of this, and they showed me how there's like this mesh underneath the image, and that's how it knows how to move. That's a little too much math for me, but it works really well. It not only works with pixel-based art, but you can use this with vector art too, and it maintains its vectorness, which is pretty incredible. For example, on this design that I did for a client, Cute Bikes, this is all done in vector, as you can see here on my layers. They've got the little vector icon. I could come in here and like make adjustments to this like lettering, maybe adjust how these things line up a little bit, kind of move things. It's a cool feature for things like this where there's like flames where I can kind of play around with the tips of the flames. And let's say I like wanted more space between the letters to like help the readability. You could kind of just go in and tweak little spots. Obviously it can get confused because it's magic, but you can always just like fix what you've done and it's still vector. You can just make all these like fine tweaks, which is like editing the points in a less less confusing way. Another cool use case that I found was making some adjustments onto things that I drew in symmetry to make it less symmetrical after the fact. I drew this Dr. Octopus character for one of the Stinktober prompts. I thought it would look cool to draw it in symmetry, if you will, with these tentacles. I did go in afterwards and just slightly move this other one, but I thought it would be cool to sort of move the other ones around. And, you know, this is a perfect use case for this. So let's try it out. So I could come in here and grab this tentacle and like move this one over here. I could like adjust these little claw pieces, grab this one, move that around, and just sort of like fine tune it into, you know, whatever position that I want. And I bet if we grab the whole character, like look at those things move around. Like look how, come on, just the swinging the characters around is so much fun. It's just crazy to me how it somehow knows where the bends are. And like, obviously it doesn't know that it's a person or doesn't know anything because it's just a mesh and it's like more of a physical thing. I don't know how to explain it because I'm not a programmer, but it just, you know, we're like, I don't know. It's just so, am I expressing how crazy this is? Because I'm blown away by it. I'm honestly blown away by it. Like, look how much more dynamic. I just quickly made this relatively static drawing. Like, obviously I just messed up that foot a little bit, but we could just, you know, undo it, adjust it a little bit. There we go. Now he's like tilted over a little bit, just more expression. We got this claw. Like, it just looks so much more dynamic, and I just pushed it around a little bit. Like, you can take an image that feels static and be like, all right, well, can we give it a little bit more exaggeration, a little more pose, if you will? And that's what happened here. Another cool way this can be really useful is with animation and exaggeration. One of the ways you can make your animation look better and look more fluid and fun is to just like exaggerate the movements. For example, here, we got this haunted chicken that I did for the Stinktober Poultrygeist thing. I wanted the head to like swing down violently at the beginning before it spins around. And when I drew it, I kind of thought I did, because that's a pretty big movement. And I even did that like the cock back, the preload, if you will, and then swing forward. But that amount of movement isn't dramatic enough. So my thought was that we could use the pose to like push it even further and see how dramatic we could get it. So what I'm gonna do is duplicate that frame, and then we can just come in here, grab the pose thing, and then just grab this chicken's head and just sort of like swing it down wildly. And we could even like move these feathers. Are they feathers? What are those things on the bird's head? We can move like these thingies. You could see now it actually looks like a violent swing down. And all we did was just push the head a little bit further on that same thing. And it even like pulled the body in a natural way. So it just, the whole thing just moved as we pulled it, like it was like a physical thing that we could adjust. And that's so much better. That is a haunted chicken. If you're seeing this video and you don't even know about Adobe Fresco, because I feel like that's the case for a lot of people. A lot of people are sleeping on Adobe Fresco and don't realize how good it is. If this made you want to try it, then boy howdy have you come to the right place. Because I've got this whole playlist chock full of videos to get you started. If you're brand new to Fresco, I recommend starting with this one, because this one will walk you through everything and get you started really quickly. And then when you're ready to dive in more, this whole playlist has got everything you could ever want. Let me know in the comments what you think about this new feature, how you might use it in your work, or if you think it's stupid. And I would like to hear that as well, because I think it's so cool. So I'd be curious to hear the haters. I think this has been a good talk. Check out Adobe Fresco, or don't, I don't care. I just like to share fun stuff about it. This isn't sponsored or anything. I'm just trying to share information. I know you're gonna yell at me in the comments about it. Okay, I gotta go. High five. I'll see you soon. Boom. That's not a thing that we do. What was that? Boom.